Hey, I'm Stephanie, and it's not time to stumble into style. If you've been following my channel for a while, then you've probably noticed already that this isn't typical content for me, and that's because this week hasn't been typical for any of us, due, of course, to the coronavirus. And I'm currently trying to make a lot of adjustments that need to happen very fast due to coronavirus-related work issues. So I have to spend my time doing that instead of making the content that I had specifically planned to record today. So hopefully that will come as soon as possible. But today I thought I'd just give you a brief update about what life is like in Munich with COVID-19. So I feel like Germans, for the most part, have been relatively sane up until like this week. I think that's where people started getting nervous. I wouldn't call it panic, but they are getting nervous. Like, for the longest time, I had heard about grocery stores being cleared out, but I hadn't seen that until this week. And now the non-perishable aisles are emptying out slowly but surely. So, it's a little bit, it's a noticeable change, but I feel like for the most part, people are still sane. And the reason I can tell that they're not panicking is because they're not smiling. There's a difference between German and American culture. In the US, I feel like when we interact with strangers in public, a lot of times, if our eyes happen to meet, we might smile at each other. We might even make small talk in line. But Germans, for the most part, tend to just be more closed when it comes to interacting with strangers. And they're just as kind and warm of a people as anybody. But you normally have to get to know them before that kindness and warmth shine through. And for the most part, they kind of have like a protective shell when they're in public. So they don't tend to smile at each other much, unless, of course, there's a reason for solidarity. Like if something really bad happens, then they'll start smiling at each other. And they haven't been doing that yet. I went running yesterday in a nature preserve, and whenever I kind of, came across anybody else on the path, as we were all making an effort to get out of each other's way and keep the prescribed distance, sometimes our eyes would meet. And I smiled at them and none of them smiled back. So I'm taking that as a good sign. You got to take your good news where you can get it nowadays. So that's I think, a good sign. My biggest concern right now is just a hypothetical one. And that's, what if someone that I love gets really, really sick back home and I would want to be there for them and I can't be because I have no way of getting home right now. And that's a worry. However, I'm trying to just kind of keep it subdued at the back of my head and not think about it because it's just hypothetical. And I'm just crossing my fingers that everybody I love stays healthy. I'm hoping that you stay healthy and safe. And I'm hoping that we can all be kind to each other because a lot of us are dealing with all sorts of different issues related to this now. And it's not going to be easy for any of us. But if we all stick together and we're all kind to each other, we can get through it. So I'm trying to stay positive. I hope you have a wonderful week. I hope that we can all try to make the best out of this kind of unusual situation. And I hope I'll come back with some normal content soon. Bye.